Welcome to Show-Off Showdown! In this series, the fighters are called Show-Offs, and this is the series for the Show-Off Showdown! Now let's meet the Show-Offs for tonight's showdown, shall we? Tonight is one of the most brutal badass samurai battles your feeble eyes will ever witness! That's right, Afro Samurai versus Silver Samurai! When two samurai duel to the death, one must fall. Who will it be? Well, we're about to find out! I put links to the analysis on both characters in the description below. Now without further ado, it's time for the Show-Off to Showdown!
Get ready for the next battle. Fight!
Well, looks like Afro is no longer number one.
Now let's discuss how and why the Silver Samurai wins this brutal, epic samurai showdown. First off, let's discuss who is more skilled and experienced. Now, both Afro and Silver Samurai are incredibly skilled fighters in their own right. Afro is known for being one of the most, if not the most skilled swordsmen in the entire world of his series. However, when compared to the Silver Samurai, well, it was stated that the Silver Samurai was one of the best, if not the best swordsmen on the whole planet. And this is Marvel Comics, by the way. In fact, Silver Samurai is a high-tier grandmaster of at least 10 different Japanese martial arts, if not more. Not only that, but out of all people, Wolverine chose Silver Samurai to train him, and he said that Silver Samurai was skilled enough to put a smile on Logan's face. So you know that's some serious skill right there. Now let's discuss strength. While Afro is very strong in his own right, being able to rip apart metal and casually slice through steel, Silver Samurai is definitely a lot stronger than Afro. Not only has Jessica Drew questioned if she was stronger than him, but Silver is strong enough to overpower Daredevil, She-Devil, a cheetah, and a panther all at once, and Silver has even temporarily restrained Spider-Man and knocked him out. And Spider-Man is way stronger than most people give him credit for. Now let's discuss speed. Now, as you would have guessed, Afro Samurai is insanely fast. Not only can Afro cut down bullets and dodge point-blank plasma blasts, but he's even deflected a light-speed laser. Although he was standing back a distance of about 29 feet when he deflected it, so he didn't do it in exact light speed reaction time, but even a fraction of light speed is still very impressive. And believe it or not, the same thing could actually be said for the Silver Samurai as well. Not only can the Silver Samurai deflect bullets and energy beams, sounds familiar, right? But he's fast enough to blitz Wolverine and Viper, and has even kept up with Spider-Man and defeated Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, twice, which is pretty impressive considering that Spider-Man is fast enough to catch Quicksilver, who can outrun a radio wave. Although Silver probably doesn't scale directly to Spider-Man, as his feats can sometimes be a little inconsistent, but being able to keep up with Spider-Man in general is still very impressive, and it should potentially make Silver at least a fraction as fast as Spider-Man. So both Afro and Silver's combative speed are at least somewhere close to light speed, so the speed category is actually a lot closer than some people would think. Although one contributing factor that may give Silver the edge would be his stealth, considering that Silver's stealth is precise enough to somehow sneak up on both Spider-Man and Daredevil. I think we all know how insane Spidey's sense is, and Daredevil's senses were said to be even greater than Spider-Man's. With that in mind, I think it's safe to say that there's pretty much no way Afro is going to get past Silver's impossible stealth. Now let's discuss durability. Now both Afro and Silver have shown very impressive feats of durability. Silver is tough enough to tank hits from powerhouses including Wolverine, Beast, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, and Luke Cage while he was ticked off. While on the other hand, Afro is tough enough to tank missiles including a massive RPG explosion that destroyed an entire cliffside, and Afro has even had his body smashed through an entire building. So both of these samurai are a lot tougher than they seem at first glance. Now let's discuss weaponry. Now I think we can all agree that Silver Samurai definitely has the superior weaponry. Now, don't get me wrong, Afro's sword is pretty top-notch. However, not only is Silver a lot more versatile than Afro, but he wields the legendary Muramasa blade. And to take it up a step further, he can use his mutant powers to enhance his blade with tachyon energy fields, allowing his blade to slice through almost anything, even rivaling the cutting power of Wolverine's adamantium claws. Now, there are a couple of disadvantages that Silver Samurai has, which might make the fight a little rough for him when going up against Afro. Not only does Silver's armor have flaws and weak points, which Afro will be likely to hit, but an even bigger problem is that Silver Samurai is a very fair and honorable fighter, as a samurai should be, while Afro, on the other hand, not so much. Unlike Silver, Afro never fights fair, and he won't hesitate to use dirty fighting tactics to kill his opponents as quick as possible. This will likely make the fight a bit of a challenge for Silver at first, but considering the numerous advantages Silver has over Afro, and his sword is definitely enough to give him one hell of a haircut, Silver will still likely win in the long run regardless. Oh, and not to mention, Silver Samurai also has a magic ring that allows him to teleport anywhere in the world, and he can teleport other people without even having to touch them. So theoretically, he could just teleport Afro into a dangerous area, like the inside of a volcano for example, although it's unlikely Silver would use dirty tactics like that, and I don't think he really needs to resort to them anyway. I think I've said enough. So overall, while Afro is an incredibly skilled and deadly fighter, who may even put up quite a fight against the Silver Samurai, but with every clear advantage Silver holds against Afro, and a blade that's more than enough to get the job done, not even the #1 headband could save Afro from his inevitable defeat. So, in the end, looks like the Silver Samurai has won the gold. The winner of this battle is the Silver Samurai. Now, for those of you who were rooting for Afro, or thought the fight scene was too short, here is an alternate ending.
Fight!
Got any ideas for Show-Off Showdown? Then let me know in the comments below, and hopefully, I just might do them. Now stay tuned for the next episode of Show-Off Showdown!